I want to discuss a few tips on how you can add some real diversity to the chords we've been working on. Just because I've been giving you instructions and advice on how to fret and shape bar and power chords, don't feel like they have to end there. There's so many possibilities we can add to them. So let's just put our first finger on the 7th fret of the A and fret that E minor bar shape we worked on earlier. If you're to lift up that first finger so the curve comes out a little bit, so we're not laying completely flat, we've just applied a little bit of a movement, our open E is going to ring through. Just adds a bit more brightness to that chord. We're in E, so we know that high E is going to work, but there's other places that'll work as well. Other places it sounds a little bit haunting. But really lovely. You could also bring in the low E as well, just by moving that first finger slightly down. The low and high E are coming through. We've added a bit more bass, a bit more weight. What about your little finger as well? Bring that off. Start to see how you're not just restricted to those shapes we worked on. There's so much you can do with them. You can start to apply combinations of both of what we just discussed. Another one, if we're in that minor shape, let's go to the 4th fret this time. Nice full bar C sharp minor. Bring your little finger across to the 7th fret of the A string. Not the easiest chord to play, but a great little stretch to work on. What we've done there, instead of sliding from C sharp minor up to an E major, we've just put our little finger on that E note, and we've actually made the E major chord, but a much more janglier version than that. And then you could start to apply that to some chord progressions. See how these chords can start to link together in a much more varied way. One other one that we'll discuss as well, I covered the F shape, open chord in the 1st position in my 1st class. You've probably come across that before, either like that or like that. And we spoke about how that can be moved up and down the fretboard. Basically what's happened, if we was in that F shape, if we wanted that to be barred, we'd have our first finger. All we've done is we've moved our first finger just to the 1st fret of the B string, rather than all of the strings on the 1st fret. And that's the same up and down the fretboard. Rather than an A bar, an A major bar shape, we've put our first finger on the B string, and we're letting that high E ring through as well. But that first finger could also come off. Another nice breezy open chord. It sounds lovely. Maybe that first finger could come back on, but not to the B, but the highest E, same fret. Endless amounts of experimentation. So don't feel like just because you followed the advice and guidance, instructions that I've given you, that you have to be so rigid with those bar and power chord shapes. Obviously it's great to do, you want to do all of that groundwork to really improve your playing, but to keep expanding, keep improving and opening up your possibilities, experiment with these chords, start to take fingers off and put them on in different places. It's not always going to sound the most pleasant thing in the world. That one, for example, with the little finger off and the first finger up, you might be after that vibe at some point, but in other areas, it sounds beautiful. And talking about experimentation, we're now going to have a chat in the next lesson about creating some of your own music or tackling a song that we haven't covered in these lessons.
Thank you for making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please think about giving us a little like and a subscribe. And if you want to go further, remember you can hit those links in the description and you'll get access to the full courses. I hope you're feeling confident and creative, and I'll hopefully see you in one of the larger courses one day. Or for now, just have a little scout around on the YouTube channel and see what else you can find. Take care.